Warning! This video may feature lots of jiggling udders. There will be an audio and visual warning for whenever it is coming up. On the 15th of September 2023, the Azur official Twitter tweeted this preview video for a newly released skin. This tweet, however, would become viral, spreading far beyond the traditional demographic. Most of the fresh onlookers reacted in near universal disgust. If you are someone who has never played this game before, you may think, why? Why does this character exist? The character in question here is Kashino, one of the most notorious characters in the mobile game Azur. She was added to the game in September 2020 in the event Dreammaker's Butterfly. Let's have some context first. Azur is a mobile game about anthropomorphized warship girls, mostly from the World War II era, with very loose parallels to real history. Kashino is from the Imperial Japanese Navy, who in-game is represented as the Sakura Empire. This faction has a unique quirk with their characters, with them being half based on a real or mythical creature. Kashino in particular has traits of a cow, with the tail, ears and her... Let's get back to that. The hull type can also play a large factor in the character's design. Destroyers tend to be smaller since most destroyers historically were quite small. Battleships are typically very large and usually the most adult. Then there's everything in between. Kashino is a transport ship that famously carries 46cm battleship gun parts, which were notoriously heavy, and yes, I am attempting to justify why the character designer made her breasts excessively large. So why does all this matter? Azur is a very sexually suggestive game, which means bodily proportions like breasts, thighs and butts get heavily emphasized in the artwork. Despite being a gacha game, most of the revenue is driven by cosmetic skins. While there is no randomness in buying skins, the cost of them can be substantial and one individual ship can have multiple skins to their name. Skins that are more suggestive have a higher likelihood to sell, which means most are designed to cater to at least one fetish, whether that be feet, pits, etc. In a game of extreme proportions, Kashino represents the bleeding edge of the game's fan service, and the fanbase enjoys it. It appeals to the correct demographic of players to figuratively milk billions of dollars from them. To the 7 billion people who first stumbled on this video, it may seem very alien, but this is the nature of the fanbase we are talking about. So what is Kashino actually like in-game? Kashino in-game makes light of the fact that she isn't suited to general combat, but tries to compensate by finding supplies to you and your subordinates, which matches her gameplay role. There are subtle nods to her being part cow, such as her bringing you milk or suggesting that you hang up a wind chime on your window. She is also quite a bit of an airhead, and it's this airheadedness which leads to the contrived fanservice scenarios that gets everyone mooing. She gets particularly frightened by bees, causing her to freak out and even get stuck in window frames. As for why she reads you after she has, well, I'm sorry to say, but there is no in-universe explanation as to why. It's all down to what the artist concocts and what the audience demands. At the end of the day, that is what it boils down to. TLDR, Kashino exists as a result of the demands of a player base for characters with ever more extreme proportions to satiate their lustful desires, because the game has always been built around fan service and will continue to be for as long as the game lives. If you don't fancy her, then how about the other 600 plus characters Azur has?